Investing business.
Yes, sir.
Oh, thanks. Today, so today we'll cover about this Google Colab, uh, how to use it, what are the functionality it can give you. Usually we have like generally for any project or any Python project, anything, we use VS Code or anything, but something the PyCharm. But you can use Google Colab itself as a IDE for your any project. And with Google Colab, there are many functionality that comes along with it. So so basically, it's a Jupyter notebook uh, style, but there are other facilities which uh, Google provides to us that we can connect our Drive, Google Drive. So Drive contains data set or sheets and docs and everything. You can access that. You can save your files and everything in cloud itself. So now you have functionality of cloud, and basically it comes free only. Basic properties, so basic functionality comes free. There is a premium version of it, but for this also we'll use whatever is given in free version of the column. Uh, yeah, and for this, uh, there no any additional software or anything required. You will require just a Google account, which you already have, like maybe your our this college ID, which is also Google account, or your personal Google account is also can. You can write in your browser something like Google Colab. Most likely you will have a link to it, right? So you can access through it. So first, whenever you go to Colab, you'll come across this front page, which really explains about how Colab works. There are many functionality it explains. So what is Colab? Colab or Collabority allows you to write, execute Python uh, in your browser with zero configuration required, access to GPU free of charge, and easy sharing. So sharing is a great product. So you can directly share uh, this file with anyone. So just click on share. Currently, this is not mine. Like I'm not the owner of this collab, but let's say this is a collab. I can directly share it. like, like this. You can add people, or you can give a link to them. You can use that. So adding and collaborating is the important feature. So if you write a code, if you are my teammate or something, so all the teammates can write a code in a single piece of file only. And what you can do is there's a revision history. So if you go to revision history, there are revisions done by uh, several people will come here. So currently, this is the only account which is editing it. But if there are multiple people, then their ID will appear here. So that means many people are editing it will show up here. So if somebody makes mistake, you can actually go and uh, restore this version or something. Right? So let's say first version has a better code and somebody made error in the next cycle. You can You can remove this. Uh, I mean, you can't remove the version, but you can restore it. The previous version you can restore. So this functionality comes here. Uh, and otherwise, the cells are here. So like a Jupyter notebook cells there. So in VS Code or PyCharm, we don't have cells or anything. Like if we don't import the Jupyter notebook. But here we have cells. So each code can be run in per cell, right? And another important functionality is we have markdown cells now, in which we can write information about uh, what does this code do? Like this compute how many seconds in a day. You can write information about the code here and give to them. You can add links also. So let's say this is a text file, but here you can see few links are given. This one, create people, how to create it, and how to go to another page or something like. So you can give your references, something like that, beautifully here. That's like beautifully you can arrange everything in the bullet point. Then so you can actually read this, but we'll start with we have. So the if so if you come here first, let's say if I go to first menu in the toolbar, there are a few things you look at in Drive. Means wherever it is like in the Drive, you can actually go there and uh, see the file. So it will take you to the Google Drive and will show you. So maybe you can copy it, uh, share it to someone, or maybe you can rearrange it also, move around. If you want to put it in another folder, you can do that. So that. There is another feature called open playground. So if I do that, open playground mode, that means now uh, this is notebook and playground mode. So changes will not be saved. So now whatever I do here won't be saved anymore. One thing I have to do is I have to connect it. So whenever I connect it, it will connect to a VM. Google will provide that. Okay? You can see the resources and all. So uh, like what we got is Python 3 cloud backend, system RAM. This much RAM we got, 27 GB of RAM and 107 GB of space we have now. Like our computer, we have like 8 GB of RAM and let's say 256, 100, like 512 GB of space. So something like that we have now. Okay. And since we had playground, whatever I edit, let's say I do anything, will not be saved anymore. Say, y is equal to so, and if I sum it up, so I have 7. If I turn off the playground, then changes which I have made will not be there. So you can see a notebook if you want to change few things, but you are not sure about it. How to should I go ahead with the changes and all? You can actually turn on the playground mode, change it, and then see if it works. Then you can copy it and keep it. Right? But it will not save the change. So whatever changes you make while playground, you have to save it somewhere. Copy it. You can open new notebook, open it, upload a notebook if it's there in your laptop, rename it, okay, move to bin. So move to bin is like deleting the Colab itself. You can save this copy and address. So let's say you have done some work and you want to create a copy of this. So now you have untitled 24. You want to copy another copy of this, then you can do that. Uh, there is uh, there's this function called save a copy in GitHub, right? So Colab is waiting for authorization. So if you see now the collab, if you click on that, interface will appear, in which you have to write, you have to give your GitHub ID, password, and all, and then it will get linked to the GitHub page. Okay? And you can save this in GitHub also. So many people, I mean, most of the people use any kind of Git version to maintain their project and everything, right? So GitHub is one of the Git versioning uh, tool, which is very famous. So most of them use it. So that's why this feature is there. You can directly save this thing in GitHub. Save revisionist to be edit. Um, you can. So let's say I have this three cell and all. I have code something, some code here.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir, how to hide the code and deploy a project?
How to hide the code?
I mean, the code that I'm writing over here. Suppose I want to deploy the project to a company, and then how shall I deploy the project and the I want to hide the code? Means if suppose I have made a project like a movie review, okay, and I do not want that the view should be for all. Okay,
Okay.
then how can I do that?
And then you have to create the front end right, separately. Then, I mean, this will not work. You have to,
Means in Colab it is not possible.
yeah, in Colab, it's not possible. Colab is sharing code and for that one. It's not,
So if I make a project in Colab, any
Mhm.
machine learning project, then that means the code will be visible to all.
Yeah, code will be visible to all this.
And every time I have to run, then I have to change the I mean the file. Whenever a new file I have to make a run, I have to do a run, then I have to change the file.
Every time you run,
I mean, suppose a new model, suppose I made a model and I want to
Mhm.
run some sort of samples, okay,
Mhm.
then again I have to input that sample and then I have to run that model.
Yes, yes, you have to import the sample and you have to store the model somewhere. So you can use job leave or something. You can save the model and then samples you have to upload it. Yes.
In the right side of the Collab, there is an option that run your own model. Okay, so what does that do? I mean, upload a model and then run that
Which side?
in the right side of the Collab.
So this is right, right.
Uh,
Okay.
right, right side, this side.
Run your model. Never seen that feature. Mm,
In the Kaggle, actually, it was there.
in Kaggle it was, yeah, in Kaggle is a different uh,
Okay, okay,
uh, thing. So in Kaggle it might be that many people have uploaded their models.
okay,
I mean, Kaggle gives that facility to run this.
okay,
But in Colab it's not.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's say you want to select multiple cells, you can click control and select them. Then you can move them also. So now the cell goes at bottom. Then you can move multiple cells. You can select all like conclusion. So all the editing menu you can read here how to select all cells. So control shift take I do that. Then all the cells is selected. I can copy it, delete it, and there are few shortcuts here. So one shortcut which is very useful is how to run this cell. So any code is written here. Let's say print uh, hello world. Right? So if I want to run this, then what I can do is I can do control plus enter, which does it. If I do control shift plus enter, or sorry, not control shift plus enter, then I run the cell, but I am now in my cursor is in the next cell, which helps in writing the code itself. So let's say if I want to run print hello, then I want to print something else also. Like or writing code something else, then I can do that. And if I do Alt Enter, uh, then the range some. So and I want to there is a there's code here already code some code is there and and I want to run this, but I want to add a cell in between. Then I can run Alt plus Enter. So this all thing you can do. So I'll write it here. That let's say you want to run this cell, then you have to click Control plus Enter, and want to run this cell and to next cell. Then you do Shift plus Enter. If you're using Win MacBook or something, then you can do Command. You want to run the cell, and to create also like create a cell, create next cell, like create next cell, then you can do Alt plus Enter. This whole thing you can do, and currently this is a cell, and there are two kind of cells you can create. One in which you can write code, another is text, which is you can write markdowns and all, right? Information about this. So this cell doesn't contain any code or anything. So I'll just convert it to a markdown. So to convert it to a cell which is a code cell to markdown, I'll click Control N, which will convert. So now there's no error. And I can give this slash marks to show that. So uh, so let's say if you have text cell, there are many functionalities given here. So you can do this heading and all. You can if you write one hash, then it is heading section or something. Then if you give double hashtags, then the heading will become smaller. Right? So it's the number of hashtags will reduce the size of the heading. You can go as much as you want. You haven't reached any limitation, but yes, you can go up to whatever you do. So this all thing you can do. So and now whatever you write here, let's say this contains info about how to make headings. This is still normally shows it, right? So these are just normal text. This is not a heading or anything. So whenever you give a heading or anything, the good thing is it will show up in this table of content. So let's say if I have this this thing here as a the markdown cell, then you can see there is a new section appeared below this new section. So basically, whenever one first setting is there, that's a super heading or something you can say, under which this is coming, right? So this is actually not a section, but you can say, let's say uh, paragraph or something. Let's call it paragraph. So something like this. So which is under this new section. The good thing about this, you can actually run all the cells appear which are in one section. So let's say if you want something like dividing your project in different parts. So usually what we do is we can say that say section is importing libraries. Okay, you can make this section and in which you can give like let's say you are importing pandas as PD, import numpy as np, as enp, and uh, there's other libraries you want to import maybe it could be that. You can do anything like pip install also like pip install. Yeah, so if you write this exclamation mark, right? So if you write this exclamation mark before pip, then you can actually run all the commands here. So let's say I can what I can do is I can write ls also. If I write ls, then it will show all the directories, right? All the directories here. So if you see in folder, if I go this few uh, icons you can see here. So one of them is look like folder. So under folder, this uh, this is the content directory, right? Where ls if I write, then will show you what is there. So there is only one directory which is sample data. You can write pwd, which will give you your current directory. And you can write maybe right. So, but then it will not require any information. So let's say if you want to import install what install maybe. So don't know what is OpenCV or not. It just you can take that this is being used in computer vision. You can write like this and you can import this. So like so now you can import OpenCV here and it will work. So usually whenever you create any project, any kind of project, what you do is you create a environment, right? Conda, env and all, env to Python. Then you inside that you do create a requirement.txt file or something. And inside requirement.txt, you have all the packages required. So you say you require pandas, you do that. You require NumPy, Matplotlib, Seaborn, OpenCV, TensorFlow, PyTorch, or any other kind of all the list of this library is required, Python libraries are in requirement.txt and you install them, right? But here the good part is we don't need to create any environment. This is itself is the environment. So we just directly import everything. So these things are already installed in Colab, Pandas, NumPy, Matplotlib. But whenever you come across something which is not already installed, if you write a code and it shows not found or something, you can pip install. Okay? You don't need to create anything environment or something. Without environment, it will. Uh, so generally we create environment because we want to keep all the libraries and all useful for one kind of project, right? So let's say in future versions will change. Then for one project which you have done, you don't have any uh, requirement or TXT, but then another will have some requirements that this kind of Python should be there. Like Python 3.10 is only uh, supportable, or Pandas some version is only supported. Then you can't run two different kind of project on same environment. So you create multiple environments to create a project. Right? Here in Colab itself, you can mention whichever version you want, and that will work. So let's say I want to import uh, it install scikit-learn something. Scikit-learn. And currently, if you see, just let me just import it. Okay? Import scikit-learn. sklearn we use it for most of the ML uh, thing, right? You can see a version of this. So say version skill. So currently I'm using 1.2.2. Uh, if I see, I think 1.4 is supported now. And let's say for this kind of project, the updated all the models, let's say updated or something inside the skeleton is updated. What you can do is can actually, so first I'll uninstall this. Install, install. Skip, learn, and we will run this. Found existing this, I'll say yes. It successfully installed it. Now what I need to do is I need to import a new file, new version of this file. Pip install scikit-learn is equal to 1.4. After 4, whichever is the highest version it will come there. Generally, that's what. Yep. So you can see 1.4.0 is getting installed. You can mention whatever version you want. Haven't imported. So if you see it's not defined, it's like haven't imported. So I need to import sklearn. Scikit-learn and sklearn both the same. So, okay. So currently I have 1.4.0 version. So this way you can import all the necessary libraries and it will store them. So some few basic libraries like pandas, numpy, matplotlib, I guess Seaborn as well, which are already pre-installed in this with the update. So you can see which version is there and all using this, right? So let's say if I can do import pandas as P, is the way we generally do it. Then what I can do is pd dot version, and you will have the version this version. You can save it also that this kind of version I want before creating any before importing or anything. Then this this environment will be saved for that version of it. So whenever you run it again, same version will get installed every day. So these few functions are there. Person, sorry. So PWDAT you have to name something. So say if you have. So if you see new folder created here. Okay. So this all are system commands you can use in this itself, which will help you. So let's say you have GitHub repo or something. GitHub like GitHub. Okay, so let's say if you want to import this GitHub repo in your drive itself, you can copy this, and what you can do is you can directly give the command that is git clone, right? Git clone. Okay, yes, that was the git clone. So it's a very git clone, right? It's cloning those, right? So now this all files are getting downloaded. It's around like 71 MB. So you will get 100% done, right? Uh, let's see. So you can see the whole um, in my Colab now, right? So it's here. If you want it to be somewhere else, let's say you can give. Uh, so currently, whatever you do in Colab will get stored in this uh, directly, right? Content, which is this one. This is inside content. We are currently inside content. But if you want to store it inside Drive, or you want to make changes in Drive, uh, we can mount the drive. So this mounting drive option is there. You can mount it. Now, after mounting, what you have is you have connection with the drive. Then, uh, while after making the connection, you can actually do ls, and then you can use cd command, right? Cd command, and then go to a specific folder. And if you clone this, git clone this directly, then it will get stored there. So currently, we are in a content. Uh, the the part with the thing with content is it is only available till you have this VM access. So after this VM will be closed, everything which is appearing in the left will get lost. So whatever I'm doing here will not be stored anywhere. If you want to store this clone, or you want to clone this folder somewhere, then what you can do is you can uh, mount it to drive and do it. So we'll go there. We'll see how to mount drive and everything. We'll use this all functionalities. But this is like a small demo of what basically you can do everything with this collab file, right? Since it's already connected with the internet and everything, you won't find difficulties which generally we see in Jupyter notebooks. Like some library is not there, uh, couldn't able to do it or something. Yeah, somebody has question. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, if we put this link, then directly this bend folder will be created automatically.
Yes. So bend folder is actually someone's GitHub repo, right? This person, whoever has his repo is there. So that repo, generally, how do we clone that repo? That one, right? GitHub, git clone then repo name. So that's how this bend folder.
So this link is someone's GitHub link, like we have
Yes.
to GitHub review. Okay.
You can use your GitHub link also. So if you have your GitHub, you can import it here. Okay. So our the way you use your say Git CLI is there, right? In Git bash or something. We push it, pull it. You can do all the things here itself. Pushing the Git and pulling all the things. You can use this one. This save a copy in GitHub, but I think that has a limited functionality. This collab is saved in the Git, your whatever GitHub ID is there, right? Nothing else you can do. But if you use this features, Git clone, Git push, Git pull, and all the things, yes, you will get the Git replay. So you can use all the things. Then you'll have more control over your GitHub repo. You can actually control everything. You don't need to even import this Git bash in your laptop. So this will work directly. Any other doubt?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, when you save a copy in GitHub, then this will create a new repository, right?
If I
Save a copy in GitHub, then
okay.
it will create a repository.
Yes, it will create repository. Okay. So yes, it will create a repository. See, what we have is so one thing is, yeah, I didn't went and explain how this importing this import average section is there. Right? So let's say if I just show you. So now from here a new section is there. Maybe here. New. So if you see, this is section itself, and whatever cells are in a section. So how will you know what cells are there in the section? If you see this a small down arrow is appearing. You click this and you can see all the, I mean, what cells could be there, right? So I mean, you can't see cell inside, but you will know that this all cells are in a section. So whatever in the section, you can separately run them. So run cells in the section. So it's a good idea that whatever functionality a part of code you're making, and whatever functionality is there, you create a name like this, and then later on if you want to run that, just run that. Okay, it will help in that. So multiple cells will run in that particular section. So yes, all this cells are installing and all. Uh, Now I'll go and explain what we have is. Okay, this is basic functionality like search and replace. You can replace all the wordings with something, right? You can do control F and search, which works in I guess most of the browsers. Uh, you can do that, but this is much better. Like it will give you much better accuracy and all. Something. Uh, Here, this is a new feature only. Whatever variables you have defined, you can sort of see. Okay, there are variables. So let's say if I have x is equal to np dot random. So random is to create random numbers. Okay. So if I create 10.5, it's my x. Then you see a new variable name appeared, which is x, and which is a numpy array, and the shape of it. If there is no shape, then nothing will appear. For example, say a constant is there, right? Some constant a is there, which has a value a. I run this, then a new variable appear, string which is contained in string, and one character. If it's like a bigger one, like a, b, c, same thing, 5 characters. Values are also there. You'll see values also. It just sometimes useful, like whatever variables you have defined here, and what values does it contains. So it's a little bit hard to see. So now all the things are in another a different tab itself. So maybe if it makes it easier to read what variables we have. Then we have the secrets. Okay. So generally the secrets are like API keys and all. So if you have access to let's say your cloud, Amazon cloud or Google GCP or anything, uh, you have API keys and all. You can save them in this way, and you can use. Don't worry, like So the basically this will not share with any other person. If I share this notebook to someone, then this my APIs or my secret key will not be shared. Rest of the data will of course go. So I can only save few things like strings and all. Then this is a folder section in which currently you are seeing this folder, right? So this folder is actually in our this one. So in this view resources, if I show you, then this disk is there, right? This virtual disk was allotted to us. Inside this content is there. So after this virtual machine will be gone, this all data will also be gone. So currently I'm not storing anything anywhere. Like I'm not hardly saving it anymore. Okay? This all is appearing to us and it will be lost after this runtime is over. So to make save and all, we will use this mounting and all. Okay? But before that, this option is there. If you click this option, menu will appear in which you can upload files. So generally, what kind of files we upload is we upload CSV files, we upload Excel files, which contains data. Like Colab is then most famous in this data science part, and in data science field, we generally deal with data, manipulate it, clean it, and create models over them. So whatever data files are there, you can load, but it's not limited. You can actually load everything. Okay? Uh, for example, let's say this. So I currently uploaded one CSV file. This is from one of the OPPs data set. And if I double click on this, I'll have it in this form. Right? So this data is there. 1 to 10 of 40,000 entries. So first 10 rows I can see. This all columns are there. Can I can read this and all. Of course, I'm not going to use it here, right, in this as CSV format. I'll import it as a pandas and all. Don't worry if you haven't come across this pandas before. So pandas is already improved, but generally what we do is we create a variable name, pd dot read csv is a function name to read a CSV file. Right? Then we give this path. Be careful, we give path. We don't give file name. I mean, generally file name works, but this is a path. To make it very clear that sometimes what happens is the file is not here. Like it's not in this content or wherever your current directory. So if I show you with our current directory is this one, right? So currently, since we are in this directory, it's a content directory. That's why this thing is working. If I go away somewhere, so if I use CD or something and I move away from that, I'm not here, then I need to give the path. Okay, that in content, go to this one and then load it. And of course, I need to give this in a string. Okay, like without this string and all, it will not look so because it doesn't move. That. So give it in string. Read few lines of it this way. Don't worry. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow, you will have a full-fledged session on this pandas only. But this is the same data set that we uploaded, right? Mail 63 has no tension and all some. So same thing. 63, 57, you see. First few rows, I can see this one. This is just for refreshing. Show it files. Uh,
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, so I have a doubt in this uploading data. So
Yeah.
whatever data we need, we first need to upload it and then we can read, right?
Yes,
So
you can.
what if, for example, there is a internet website which has a table format, data in a table format. So if I want to get that data, so I need to first scrape it and then upload it, or is there any another way?
Table data. So generally, it doesn't work. Like you need to scrape it. But there are few websites which gives direct CSV, which are online stored, but they are in CSV format only. That you can take it. So if it's a table and all, I think it will not. Tables and all
So
you have to scrape.
so main key point is if is it in CSV format, then it's okay.
Yeah, then you can read it. Yes. Otherwise, like there are other PD, other read also there. So directly in PD, then it will show me all the functionalities pandas has. So if you go to read part, you can read a clipboard, CSV, Excel file you can read, weather file. So these all are file formats, GPQ, HDF. HDF is a dense or something like that. Uh, so uh, usually what we do, we have this data structured. So HDF is not a structured file format, it's unstructured language queries. You can read HTML files. Uh, if you have HTML format, you can actually read the file page itself. But we have to say I'm not sure like HTML. We need HTML file format.
Sir, but we have to download it, right? Like without downloading, it's not.
Yeah, we have to download it. When without downloading, it works like few CSV files and all work. So let's say if you have data in your Kaggle, sorry, not Kaggle, in your GitHub uh, repo, that data you can access it without downloading. So for just now, is having CSV file. You can see. Nobody wants something and then you can see it. It will be CSV file. JSON, but not CSV. using email. This masters. So if you have any but if you have any CSV file on the repo, you will be able to find it. Sorry, you will be able to upload in itself here. So you just need to give this the link of that, and
Sir, so just we need to have the GitHub link and we can use
yeah,
that
GitHub
CSV.
link will work. So if you have GitHub link, that will work. CSV file. Okay, so some few people upload CSV file itself in the website, and if you can see the link at the top, right, .csv at the end, then you can load it here.
Sir, it can be CSV or XML or
Yeah,
HTML.
XML, HTML, yes, you can load that. If this is the and this is CSV file. You see, at the end, .csv is there. So this will work. We need to create CSV, and you need to give the link to that. So this is a robo format. So this will earlier it was not row. If you see row dot GitHub and all, .net 209 say 2009 not row, something single family, and so this will work.
So,
Link
sir,
you
what
can
is that dot raw we added?
So see, this is a raw file, right? So which it can load, but if it's not a raw file, then it doesn't have access to the CSV file itself. Like CSV require commas and all, right? CSV, that means comma separate values. So if there is no comma separate value, then you not know how to load this kind of data. So that's why if you go to this row format of this GitHub, GitHub, then you'll have data in comma separated values. So now we have commas. So that helps in loading the data. Yeah. So I was going to explain that to go to insert, there are two this thing, code cell and text cell, which option you get here also, same thing. You can add section header cell, which will give you something like this, which is nothing but hashtag new section. Okay. The important thing is if you go here, this two things are first let's see what is scratch code cell. So if I do this scratch cell, that means whatever code I write here, which will not impact my notebook. Okay. And I can store whatever written in the scratch cell. So the scratch cells are usually helping you with your currently working anything. So in scratch cell you can write all the codes which you are testing out or you are looking for something, and you don't want to save it. This will you don't want to save it, and you don't want to mess up the whole structure of the notebook. Right? Then you can use the scratch cell and write the code here, and you copy this, go back and paste it if it's required. Whatever your logic is or something you are rough up, you can say scratch cell is kind of your rough up, whichever way you use, you can do it. Then code snippets. If you go here, you can search a different kind of code snippet you want. Say let's say what you want. Plot the data. It's a plotting of data if you want to. Then you can see bar plot, histogram, interactive brushing in alter. So by default, it is using this alter library. So ALTIR library to plot the data, which we generally don't use it. But if you learn this alter library, then you can use it. I mean, I don't use alter for plotting. I use matplotlib or cbon, and I never use alter, but you can do this, right? So what else you can do? Maybe searching something like what could be to maybe XML file. I want to load XML file. It's a data set. BigQuery, you can connect BigQuery Cloud API using Panda. So you'll have the code for it. It's how to connect you to authenticate yourself, then how to connect to a BigQuery. If you have a BigQuery cloud store, then saving visualization, saving, downloading files to your local system. So how to do that? You can do that, but I prefer like I don't do this thing. If I want to download anything from here, I just click on this three dot and you can download. So you actually don't need to do this to download anything into your system. So let's say if I have this some content, right? So this is a Python code in which what I did is I opened a example.txt. I set it as write mode, and I'm saving this as a F. I'm calling that as F, and here I'm writing F dot write sub content. So some content is a string which I have written in this, right? And since I wrote this, it should be visible here. So you can see if I open the example.txt, that's there, right? If I want to download it, I can download it directly in a taskbar. But there is a code for this. If you have multiple, if you want to download multiple files, or uh, if you want to do uh, if you are updating it regularly or something, and by downloading it, then you can use this. Right? So whenever you download it again, it will have a different version. So example 1.txt, example 2.txt, and likewise will download it. So you can use them in features. So in this command code snippets, you'll have this commands, right, which are useful. You can see few of them if it helps. Uh, Another important feature is this add a form field. So if you do that, you can see it's asking what kind of form field you want. So form field will be like options and all you will. Right? So you say input type. Input type is I will write something. Variable name make it different. So let's say if I write say one something, I can write it, and what kind of thing you want. Boolean, date, integer, number, row means you can write anything. String format is also correct. So you are familiar with this all format, except maybe this row. But row means actually you can write anything. And if I save this, I'll have a form fill kind of thing. And if I say edit form attributes, let's say if I show like form only, okay, and if I save, then so if you see the code which appeared here, which is like at the hashtag, sorry, hashtag at the title, and after title you can write anything like let's say I've added create variables. So that will become a title for this cell itself, right? And it will appear here also. So create variable, you can see it's here, right? Uh, Now I can actually write anything here. So it's a variable when I'm storing as a string, something like let's say name of it. Maybe it says workshop. Then you can see it automatically get written, and you can store it this way also, which is like a good way to create a constant or variable or anything. Constant, but at least variables you can create this way. Any variables you define, you can write it this way. So other kind of variables are, let's say, insert a form field, drop down type, right? Uh, which will give you MCQ thing. So let's say you have choose let's say data set version something. This is a name. Version. This is a drop down. Currently, there are two options available: row or string. In this, you can write, let's say, it's a V1. Add item V to V. So it's a versions of data set, and I'm saving it. So if you can see, I have this all options now. But now I think it's much better visible. That's the options. So I can choose anything. I can run this. And if I print you this data set version is a variable name. Okay? So in Colab, I don't need to write print, but if I run directly, it will give you this, right? So string is stored, v2 is there. So you can actually restrict people from, if you are going to create this Colab and going to give to someone, and you want to restrict them from writing anything, right? Like random things, if they start putting here, you can restrict them by this, that you give them options to select that choose anything from this. Otherwise, the code will not work. Right? Let's say a variable is places or any ordinal kind of variable, then you can give all the options available and they have to select, right? So this could be, but only one thing could be stored in variable, right? Not multiple things. Other things in this is a the slider is there. So slider will help you in you can determine things with the slider. So now you will have a UI or something, right? So let's say you want what you can have, let's say brightness in your color. Okay, a matplotlib color is there. You want brightness variable to set, and 0 is the minimum value available, and 100 is the maximum value, or it's a 255 is the maximum value or something. Then a step size you can decide. One is currently there. So you will have slider. So if I increase slider, you can see the values are appearing here, right? So and you can see values here also. So if I hide code or something there. So if I hide the code, then also you can see what values being chosen. 158 max is 250 plus least is 0. Okay? So you can choose anything in between. This is also a good UI to define variables, which can help you in restricting someone from giving any of the input. You don't want something like you can use this, of course, to write it. So generally in Python, what we do is we write like input or something, input, then we run it. Then this cell will appear and we give input something like we say some, and that input got inside, right? And then let's say if I define a variable input or something, this is my variable, then what I do, I typecast it or something, like should be integer int input now. And then if I write 4, it will be stored in this variable input. So this is the by default way to write something, but you can use form fields to give inputs. It just UI makes it much more interactable and easy to give inputs, and you can use several different ways to give inputs also, like this one, or choices you can give. So things you can explore further by doing it. So you can add a form field. The code for this is very easy. Like you can directly write the code itself also. Like, so you can copy this. Like you can say hashtag at the right title, give title something like form field, and create a variable, and the variable what we want it to be. So this is the important point. Like hashtag at the red param, if I give a so type is string, then I need to give something to it. So So you could not pass variable value with empty or something. Right? So line to start with the variable assignment. So something you have to assign. So by default, we can assign empty thing, right? So we have inserts. So now we can insert text here. This parent, edit parent will define what is the type of form field is there. If I show this in the, let's just show the, you will see type is slider. Here type was string. Yeah. So in this, the parent is uh, this one, like list something. You can if I give that. Then you can see I have so now I have a drop down. So there is a drop down, there is a string, there is a slider, integer, date, boolean, all the kind of things you can give in this form. Okay? Means you can define all the different kind of variables which are there in Python using this form fields. And there is this UIs and all which will help you in interacting the variable. There are different type of run type. Run all means uh, the whole Colab will get run before, run something before it, run after will be there, right? Selection, you can select your cells like control this and this way, and then you can do run selection. Uh, let's say your execution has some issue, like your loop doesn't end anywhere, like it keep on going and going, then you can interrupt the execution. So which will generally happen when you don't write endpoints to your loops and all, right? Or maybe your code went into infinite recursion, then you need to interrupt the cell. I mean, otherwise it will just keep on going. Restart the session. Okay, this thing you can do. Manage session. This change runtime type is there. So uh, when you'll start doing deep learning projects, deep learning project require GPUs, right? Tensors and all. Tensor computing, so TPU you can say GPUs and all. So if you're gonna buy a laptop which contains GPU and all, it will cost a lot. But here you are getting somewhat free GPUs and TPUs, right? So you can access this all when you are doing your DL projects. Yeah, another thing where R features are there. If somebody has interest in R language, you can run in Colab. I I I don't know R language, but if somebody has any knowledge about that, they can use R language also. Then those command palette is there. Um, this all things you can basically search kind of thing. You can say search type to search a command. So if you need a search something in your mind how to run the cell or something, run the cell, then you can see all the run wherever it is there, the command whatever is there, it will appear to you. So it will give you all the commands which are there in this column. Settings, need to shortcuts. This few settings. Wait, few settings you can do. So currently I'm using light mode. I can use dark mode as well. So this is a dark. Then so like I can have like my font size increase as well. So say currently 20 is there, I can do 28. God, it will become right. So you can control a few things like font and all here. type of font you want. So you want different type of font. Okay. I don't recall anything, but maybe if you recall font family, you can search font family. If you don't like this font, you can give that indentation space. So indentation width. Width will be like how much 2 space, 4 space, how much indentation you want. These are okay. These are extra features in there. You can buy Pro, connect to GitHub, and I think some miscellaneous things are there. You can explore this. We talk about this form. To sell. Yeah, you can plot graph also. Right? So graphing and all, maybe you learned yesterday that how to plot graphs in this. So let's say if you use just the Python ID like VS Code or PyCharm or something, then if you want to plot the graph, then it's kind of little bit difficult to plot the graph. It will appear in another tab and something like that. Rerunning the file again and again to make changes in the code and all. So, but here in Colab or Jupyter Notebook, the good part is everything is here only. You don't need to too much hassle to run a cell. Right? Just clicking this will run the cell. Excels. Okay. Another thing about Excels is you can write latex. So let's say I have this. So this all variable or form fields are code type of cells. But if I go to text cells, I have few features for text cells to appear beautifully. I have few options given to me, like toggle heading. So still give a heading to us. If I have written something like, let's say hello world, I want to bold it. I can select this and bold it. I can italicize it. So here you can see the effect of it. This is just the representation, right? Or this is the editing I'm doing it, but this is the way it will appear in that. Okay, finally this is how it will appear. I can italicize it. I can format as a code. So you can say ask we have something. So let's say like speak this. So this the text I have written. Right? Currently, it's not appearing as a too good. Like it's appearing a little bit dicey or something. Right? So what you can do is you can indent it as a put it as a code cell. Right? So this is this format as a code. Okay. We need this. Okay. So now it's appearing as a code kind of thing. So it appears much better after this thing. If you're using Python, you can actually write. Then you can see the now color is also appearing. So this became green, this became red and not blue. Like earlier it wasn't. So Python is not written here. Will appear just plain text, but at least it's a code cell. Okay, you know that this formatted as a code. You can give Python to make it. Then another features we have is you can insert links. You can do so. If I have a link to maybe GitHub repo, simply then I can insert a link to it. So if you click this link text is here. And so my repo link is taken. This is my repo. This is my repository. So if I click on this, I can go to that page itself. So if you have any links or anything, you can put it here. Images, you can put it here. Sorry. Say if I have this. Sorry, this is not working. Let's add a oh, this will appear like cells. Like this is another cell. So it does appear something like a cells. So you can use this block for example. So this is all features are to make your Excel much better. You can use bullet points. So 1 to 1 dot something you use, you have the bullet number list, and this is for a bullet list. Okay? Now bullet is a scanning list. If you want to add a horizontal line, you can have that. So this 3 lines will have a horizontal line. So this is a segregation between something. You can have that. Latex format you can have. So generally what we do, we write formulas and all like this. So this is a formula like a alpha plus beta under 2 divided by tau and gamma would become some. So basically, you can run this part. If whenever you want to write latex something, so what you require is you require $sign. it's either whatever you write is a latex part. So say this is a latex. You can write double this $sign. That's fine. It doesn't. So see, this is the output of that. Say $signs. You can write it. You can write double $signs. $. Double. Okay, so this will you can have this way or this way. If you write double this columns and it will appear in between the letters also. Latex is good. Then what we have is headings. Okay, we have gone through this headings. It's there. You can write this way Python list. You can write 1, 2, 3, 1 dot or stars. You can use. You can use bullet points. Okay. Yeah. So see. See this example. See. I'm copying this and it created another text cell. So see if I write first one, say country something, okay. And let's say countries are say India, New Zealand, then Africa. So I have this countries, but no, this should appear inside the country header or something like that, right? So what I can do, I can just indent it and then it will appear inside the country heading. Okay. So that way we have written the whole thing. And say this Asia, Indo-Asia, India is there. In India, there are a few states and so on. Then there's the Bangladesh, another country, and set a few uh, cities or states, right? Then North America, US, sometimes. So this is a continent, countries, and all. You can give lists like this, indent like this, and show it to some. So this features there. Now, one another feature is how to create this rows and columns in this. How to create rows and columns. So here you see this- so first you have to write something like some heading should be there, right? Even if you don't give any heading, that's fine. But let's say some heading column 1 or something. I write column 1, then I'll create this what do you call that? Space. Then let's say this is a column 2. I will create 2 columns. Let's say column 1 has data of something. Say say, uh, say, say, uh, so this is for creating a line. So if I say information. Because okay, we have different peoples. So you can create rows and columns inside the code cells, sorry, text markdown cells, and write it this way. So it just looks beautiful. Some data you can write, some variables name you can write, constant you can write like constant. This constant has this value, this constant has that value. If you want to store it somewhere, you can actually keep it here. Or what you can do is maybe if you in statistics, if you have done something like frequency tables, if you have made frequency tables, relative frequency tables and all, you can write frequency tables here itself. Like if they are not changing, right? That you can make frequency tables using this and present it to someone. So let's say you have done some data analysis and you come across these frequency tables and you want to write it, you can show it that this way. So it will help you creating something like that. So for tables, you can create it. Right? So this is the way you can create tables. So if you want to comment it out something anywhere, what you can do is control plus control plus this one. Okay, so this slash something you can do and it will get commented. Anything in old notebook, you can do them and uncommented again. You can click that and you can uncomment. So this is the way you can create tables. Tables we have this. You can write this all. See, this all complex formulas which are in latex. You can write it here. So to write it, you require this dollar signs. Inside that I have written y x square. So you should be a little bit familiar with how to write latex format and all. Then it's okay. Like just write same thing here and it will appear beautifully, like formulas and all, right? So under like this is subscript inside a matrix. How to write this? Like you require this all latex functionalities to do. Okay? So this all are latex formulas only. So this you can use to create a matrix. This part, right, which is to power to write power symbol. Pi symbol, if you want pi symbol, you can do that. So I think pi symbol would be some e power I pi. See, this pi is there. So to write that, you can actually write slash and pi. Okay. So there are few latex which we have is like say mu is there, which is like mean of something, right? You write mean as mean. Lambda. The alpha. So here, see, I didn't give any dollar signs till it got. Sometimes it's just give you suggestion and you can click it. Otherwise, you can type slash into that. That is so slash. alpha, lambda. If you want to write, if you want to go next line or something like, so currently they are appearing one line, you can give this kind of slash and it will have it all written in a new line. Okay, so this will help in giving you a new line, this slash. Adding or moving the cells, you can do that. Adding or moving. So option here is there, and do that. To move cell. So this arrows you can see, which will help you adding it. You can write text comments also. So let's say if you are working with any other teammate, you can give a comment to it. So it's a at the rate someone. The rate specify to add your code or something. You can add your code or something like that. You can give a comment to them. To add your code, you can give a comment to it and will appear like this. I this is delete. You can also delete. You can do this thing. So commenting out somebody want to remind them something. So if you do comment here, they will get a mail that this person commented you that writing that do this. Some tasks you can write. This they made a mistake. You can comment it out that this is a mistake done by you, correct it, or maybe I have corrected it, so that it stays there and will help resolve also for any problem or something. Now, you must have heard of like inline magic and cell magics in Jupyter Notebook. Same magic thing you can use here. So magic is like you know Python system command we call magic that provide effectively a mini command language that is orthogonal to syntax of language Python. So it's Python and is extensive by the user with new commands. So don't worry about that. What we do with magic is if I write percent one time or if I write percent two time, this if I write it one time, then that means the line magic one. If I write two times, that means it could be a cell magic or multiple line magic also you can say. So that way this magics are different. What different kind of magic are there is I can do like ls magic and it will give me all the list of magic possible in this Colab. So if you can see percent alias magic, the weight of whole magic, cat, cd and also cd is okay. So if I write cd, I can actually change directory and all. Currently I'm in root. This will not make sense, but see, earlier what I did is I wrote this ls with exclamation mark. It gave me the I should be content, but okay. See, I'll expand this. Earlier I was in content. and you can see all the things are there in the content. So by default, it will show you this only content. Other folders are not visible to us. But now we are in root. Say here. Now whatever I will do will get stored in root only. I changed. Maybe I wrote CD and that did. So if I write CD, yeah. So that will be good. I wrote CD and if I'm so I can actually go back to content. So CD, let's say PW. Still I'm quickly. So you can use this all ls command like this way you can use it, but you can use it magic way also. So this if you write percentage, you can actually so if it's a percentage make directly you can use percentage make directly will be in the root. So in root, if you see a new directory has been created. But there's a few features which so here many functionalities are there, but few which are very useful is one is this percentage who. So if you write percentage who, that will give you all the variables which you have defined in the notebook, right? So this all variable I have defined x, constant a, dataset version, df, f, np, os. Okay, and you will see all the LIS. These are LIS, which we have used when we import the library, right? So NumPy I have imported as NP. So that's why it's a OS I imported. PD is pandas and PLT is matplotlib and all. So this all are also there, right? Okay, so this percentage who I can use to see all the variables I have to define. And another version of this is I can write whose, which will give me a little bit more information about my variable. So X is a numpy array, it's a string, it's a data frame, it's a text wrapper. This is a module, this all are modules, and this is a string type and this is an integer type. So if I write percentage whose, then sorry. Okay, sorry. But all the magic which is supported, you can use this ls magic and see here right? What all are there. So reset. I can do a reset also. So if I do reset, that means my all the variable values will get lost. If I do this, last permission is yeah. Once variables cannot be recovered. So currently variables have some value, right? So after I do this, I it the values will interactive namespaces and so let's say this variable was there. If I see this, it's a variable input. If I print this, if there is nothing there, right? It's not defined. So since we reset it. So again, we want to give value to a variable, we need to run it, right? Then only we can give a value. So you can reset all the values or something. So let's say if you have somewhere requirement of this resetting and value or something, then you can do that. Another thing is which is important is why that is important. Another is this time. Time is kind of important when you need to see how much time it is taking. But we already have something like that. So see, executed. If I go here, I'm already seeing like executed cell and executed in 10.036 seconds. Same thing I can do it with this also time. And let's say I have a function or something. Then we function like this. So this is a Fibonacci function. Okay, so yeah, so this is nothing but just a Fibonacci thing, right? CPU time 3 millisecond, hold time. Let's say do sum of sum of something like range 1 to 1000. So range 1 to 1000 we create an array which has value from 1 to 1000, and then sum will sum it. Okay? So if I want to time it, I can have so user required 31 milliseconds. I think it's a millisecond. Wait, it's yeah. The hold time 7.87 minutes. There is time it time. I think this time is only in Microsoft. So is there so yeah, So if you write percentage info about in a variable name, you can have so let's say I have this variable which contains a value string. So basically it's a string, right? That's what it means. And if I do p info on that variable, then I have the information. So it's a string type. It contains value in it. So image use a different value. Like, so you can say string and it comes in print. So length of it is 7 and so on. So you'll have the information about all the things variable has it. So you can use this p info and variable to get another thing. There is you can write files and all. So you see we'll think first. So these are like one single line magics. If I go to double line magic, we'll say one write file. Write file is there. So I have to give a name of file. So you can choose any, let's say test.py. This is a Python file. Inside Python file, let's say I want to uh, print hello world. This is my code. This that's all. This is my code. I want to store it in test.py. This code, then I can do that. Okay, writing test.py. If I show you, you can see in root test.py would be great.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
So, write file will create the file and then write it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I will create this test file and then write it. So this print is the code inside it. So let's say another example is this Fibonacci.py is the name of the file, and inside this the whole thing is the so this whole thing is the Fibonacci function. Okay? How to so this I'm defining a function here. This is just a function. Okay? And here I'm executing that function and I'm calling the function. Okay? So calling this I think here. So here this is recursively calling it. Okay? So if I run this, then you can see writing Fibonacci.py and a new file will appear here in root. So this is Fibonacci. Yeah, see, this is the file in root. You can so now let's say if I want to run this Fibonacci.py, what I can do is I can write star sorry, percentage run, and I can and see it ran the file. Right? So this test.py has a function like print hello world. So the output of that is hello world. That's why it gives that. If I run another one, a percentage run, and if I use this part, and I run it, then it will run the Fibonacci series, right? Which is like 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5. Till 30, since I am using 10 terms. So if I have 12 terms, overwriting this, so this Fibonacci overwritten will give me 12 terms. So, okay.
So, sir, we edited it to 12. So first we have to rewrite it, right? So we will run first write file. Then we will.
Yes, yes. Since we are editing, yes.
Okay.
So you can write it, run it. So if you have when this will help is you have multiple files of Python file .py file in a project. Like usually happens like we have one main.py, then another is like test.py is there, like app.py is there, app.py. Uh, okay, but you can actually run these, but depends what kind of dependencies are required. But pure Python file will work. Anything which has only pure Python, you won't face any difficulty. That is. You can you can store different files. So see what I did is I wrote file. Fibonacci file. You can write file in any format, like say percentage write file. You want to write in text something like text dot txt. Okay, so this is the file name I'm using. I want to write inside text files. I can write anything in the text file. So, let me just write name. So collab.text.txt. So the extension matters, right? So earlier I was using py. I'm using txt now. Should be here. Okay, right. This is the text. I should you. This got stored. This is what I wrote in my cell. This way you can run Python file. You want to functionality is you can render any HTML thing or also. So if you write percent HTML and let's say this HTML text, if you run this, then you'll have whatever. So this contains image, but if it contains anything else, you can render it. You can render HTML code itself here. Percent HTML and so since this contains the image of our flag of India, that's why it is showing this. You can change it to anything. So you require this HTML text to render it. Any kind of HTML text, so you can render it. Or you can render actually HTML text in code also. So that code will require This. Yeah, okay, sorry. This is a text. You can render this in a text cell also. So currently this cell is a root cell, but we want to render it in a text cell. So this is a text cell. Like this. This is just a image statement. So currently I'm loading HTML in a root cell, but you can actually load this in Excel also. HTML things. See, if you see this kind of HTML on these things. So this you can have this in a Excel also. So center it. This is the image given to it, or maybe it's not image, it's a link to it, and this is a thumbnail given to it. So image or then thumbnail is being stored here. So this way you can actually load an HTML thing and in text cells. Need to see this much more, but you can do that. So, but this is much better. Like if you use a magic function, you'll write this person and HTML and give HTML code here, and you can load. Then we have something like this. So it's a HTML type of thing, like that I load Colab and it's running around. So here I have written the text to do that. Time I've covered matplotlib. So earlier in matplotlib, what happened was like when you use any VS Code or something, the magic, the image is appearing in another tab or something, right? So that's why this inline magic was introduced to show the image in same editor or something. So same tab. But in Colab we don't require it. Don't like inline. It's by default. It's inline. So we don't require it in Colab. Auto completion. Auto completion is so let's say I have import something. So we can have suggestions and all. This is by default I'm getting let's say class and I have this. It's a PD dot. I want to read says or something. I can do controls plus space and I'll have suggestions like what to read like read CSV. So this will autocomplete. And so to autocomplete you can use control plus space and you write control shift plus space. Then so what I will do with it is line dot please import say decision. Here I'll write control space or something. So if I write controls to space, then I'll have the suggestion. Control shift space. Shift tree classifier. Generally, we create a classifier somehow using this. Now, if I use control space, then I'll have all the variables which are in this is a class. Okay, so in this, we have this all different variables, right? So I can have the suggestion of that. I can do control shift space, and I'll have information about this class, like what does it do? Now parameters are there of this all. What does that mean? Function to measure the quality of split. So this is something in I think if you are a MLT, then you will understand what is Gini and entropy and all means. So this all different things are there. You can have suggestions and all using control shift space and control space. Control space will give a suggestion for completion, auto completion, and control shift space will give you the information about the documentation. Finance earlier also P P C suggestion. You have commenting and not this kind. So since you have already completed database, not database, but yesterday's session, which contains plotting and all, you must be familiar with it. But you can see, Colab can show you graphs and all. It's interactive graph, with graphs. Now, another this. This is the last section of this. We'll cover that. So I'll cover the task for you. where there's a last task for you. But before that, I'll show you a few more things how to connect your Google Drive, right? So now we'll have this part. How to get data, which is very important. Getting data is very important. So you see, one thing I can do is I can mount my drive from here. But if I don't want to mount that way, what I can do is you see, just connect it. So yeah, by one thing you can do is you can mount this using this option, this icon. You can click on this and we get mounted. Which okay, let's see what happens. So this will create this code. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't create this code. Sometimes it does, but ultimately it gets connected. Okay? So if it doesn't, then you have to run this cell. Okay, so I'll run this cell. Run. Okay, run this. Might ask you to connect to Google Drive. I am currently giving access. Maybe this tab is not visible, but I'm giving access. So my Gmail account will be visible. So I've given the access. Same thing. So this is a code from Google to Colab import, right? If you don't recall it, don't worry. You can have this, or what you can do is you can ask here code snippet drive or something if you write mounting drive in your VM. You go here, see same thing, right? So you can do anything. So click here, go there, search. You'll be able to will find it how to do that. And see here, this code is given. Here's a button how to use this. It's a different thing. This is very different. Not what they are. Actually, so now you are actually connected to your drive. If you go to drive, so you see many things like all the folder names, file names, and all which are in your My Drive or something, right? Now let's say if I want to import any data from somewhere, so let's say in data set, this data is there, right? So I'll just copy path of this. I'll write, let's say, import dot and I need to give the file path, right? So see earlier I said the file name we should give, but should give the path, not the file name, right? So currently it will go content, then drive, in my drive, an MLB folder inside the data folder is there, inside another folder is a classification. There my data set is there. So to load that, will have this. So we have df.time. So currently this data is inside my drive and I am able to access it. This is how data looks like, whatever it is, but this is my data set. Now, whatever I want to do, I can do on this. This is this data set. So if you want another thing, another data set, you can have path of that and load them. Okay, so this is another data. So this way you can access any file inside your drive, but here you have to go to the file content and then only you can do it. If it's being shared with you, like it's so currently this all files are in my drive. So since I am the owner, it's in my drive or something like that you can say. But if it's being shared with you, the problem with that is if you yeah, so if I open this, if I go to shared drives, nothing will appear here. Generally, this happens. I'm not sure why this folder is always there, but it never appeared to me. So what you can do is you can go to drive and go to your drive. You can choose the file, add a shortcut to it. So whenever you add a shortcut to my drive, then you can access it. Okay? That's all. Like that. So it's just somebody shared with me. Will not appear in my drive. Correct? So you can share it with me. Data processing save them is there. If you want to access this, now I can't do it. I mean, what I need to do is I have to create a shortcut. Yeah, add shortcut. Then if I need to add shortcut and not you are not there. In my drive, anywhere will be work. Anywhere will work. Okay. Inside any folder will also work. No problem. But it should be inside my drive. So here I'll add somewhere the shortcut. So it's all shortcuts are there. I'll add it. You can say shortcuts is a folder. I'll add here. Then I need to do that. So my drive shortcuts. Now I have this. Earlier it wasn't there, right? Without this, this is just a shortcut. But this shortcut will help me in loading this file. Otherwise, it wouldn't have any. So you can have that way. If somebody is shared with you, you can add shortcut and load it. Okay. Now, this is the way you can have data in your thing and all. Now let's say if data is in Google spreadsheet, right? Since Google spreadsheet is a product of Google itself, so they have a way to integrate with Colab. Actually, you can collab this with anything, like even non-collab thing or non-Google thing also. You need to import this G spread, right? So from Google.collab, you need to import this authentication. This authentication will help Google to authenticate a user. So user will be this. For now, this Colab is the user. Okay. So this will help this Colab as a together to get authenticated, right? Or not just Colab, but the CS200 account will get authenticated. And then you can import this G spread, which is Google spreadsheet. Again, what you have to do is you have to store this default as credentials. So this default will have all the credentials which are required to authorize spreadsheet. So say here you are authorizing yourself, like your account, whatever your account is. But here you are authorizing Google spreadsheet. Okay, so this all authorization will be required. Don't worry, we don't require this. Just keep it somewhere handy and copy paste. Well, I'll run this. I'll show you one this spreadsheet. Yeah, I'll allow this first. Let me give the access and all. Currently authenticating myself. Give access. Just give it. But we can just submit. So I'll just go to Drive and see what sheets we have. So this is something okay, attendance report. Since it's owned by me, so I won't have any difficulty with any authorization or anything. Okay. I'll just copy this link. And add it here. Okay. What I will require is I will require the sheet ID. You can do with the name also. With name also it will work. So open by name or something. But generally I prefer by key only. Because you can have multiple names or something, but multiple same ID can't be replicated in a Google folder, right? So the IDs will be unique on it. So that's why I use this. I'll run this. Now GC. Yeah. Another thing is you can directly give URL itself. So here I'm giving this ID of this spreadsheet. I'll just show you what is there in this. There is no fills. This that is attendees. You need to write this. Creativity should be very specific. You can see there are first name, last name, email ID, time joined, etc. Something like that, right? So this way you will have like this, right? So let's say in your data header is not there or something, you can actually use this head equal to 0 or something like that. So this means there is no header. If it's a header, then you can give head equal to it. So by default, head is equal to. See, I know currently it's not visible uh, far better, but if I do convert it in data frame, that's a pd dot data frame, and then I give all the things inside of this dictionary. This is just a array containing 2 dictionaries, right? So it will kind of looks like this, right? So now it's much better. You can do all the manipulation using pandas on this. So we'll cover that pandas tomorrow. So you can do like this, right? So loading a Google Sheet using ID, you can have this way. So gc.gc, I have here authorized it. So that's why GC is there. And I'm loading all the records using either by, you can do it either by ID or by link also. So by URL also you can do it. Just give the URL itself here. Do that. URL.
Sir, how did you get the key ID?
Key is this one. So after T, if you see, this is the ID. Till this edit, this ID. This is always going to be ID in any file. If you open any file, front you will see this all, then this ID. And I don't have this one. And I got all the records, right? So I run this using UI. If I want to add any worksheet to it, right? So say I want to add any worksheet to it. It's a sheet 2. I need to give rows and columns, which is mandatory. And I'm using another variable also, sheet 2, which will help me later on to access everything related to the sheet. If I want to add something to it, let's say this data frame is there, I will add it. But if you don't add the sheet 2 in there, then it will become very difficult. So if you don't do that, then what I have to do is I have to again read it or something like that, then add it, right? So let's say yes. So see, currently I don't have any sheet, anything like this. Only attendees, nothing else. If I run this, I'll have another sheet 2, which is name given here. This is the name I have given. Yeah, so that appeared here. Okay. Then let's say this is the data frame, which looks like this. I want to upload it. So when will you do this? When you clean the data, you have cleaned it, you have processed the data, or something you want to store it after doing something, right? So data answers something will do, and then you want to upload it. So you after that, how will you do that is? So see, this contains df columns are values. So this is columns, then values, then we are converting it to list. So this is the way it is, right? So it will change. So currently we have different columns. So we have same. So a date, later, fruit, and method. Right? So this is df. Right? So it should actually change df name to class. Here here I haven't stored as PA for him. That's it. So this is values. This is column values. I'm converting this to list and this again to list since we require both of them in 2D array. So that's why I'm using another brackets here. Okay. Then I'll just update my sheet 2. See here we require this naming of the variable, right, which I defined to update my sheet. So to name it. Otherwise, also you can create a sheet, but then to accessing it will become difficult. And while deleting also, see, I'm giving sheet 2. First, let's see what we did. Is it a big here? See, can you see in sheet 2, my data frame is updated, right? So I updated the sheet, I created the sheet. Now I will delete the sheet. So to delete, I need to write this delete worksheet and I'm giving a name of that. Alternatively, what you can do is you can give the whole thing. So let's say I want to add it. I have created few sheets here like this. So sheet 1, sheet 2 are created, which are empty, but I'll delete them. But now I haven't created any variable or anything, right? So what I can do, I can close the alternate page, which is this. So like this spreadsheet dot worksheet get sheet 1 and then as those capitals as and will do and I'll again delete 2 also. So this got deleted. Now we have another module is like PyDrive. Same thing. What we do is we authenticate ourselves over account. Then we have this Google authentication, which is required to authenticate Drive. So now we are first we did this, we mount the Drive. Second is we use spreadsheets only. Now we are mounting Drive itself. So the good thing about it is like see it's going to be very similar to mounting Drive, nothing different. But in this you can access this files and all using file ID. So since file ID is always going to be constant, it will never change. You can create a constant, give a file ID to that, and read that file again and again, right? And mounting a drive in which you have mounting drive is also okay. So you can give a file path, and you need to make sure that you will never change the file path. In this case, you can actually change the file path. You can change if you have moved around the file. Still, this will accurately read the file, right? So if somebody changes the place where you have kept the file, if somebody else changes it or you changed it, then you can't access using mounting drive. But this way you can actually access it. So if you use this PyDrive, Google Drive thing, the PyDrive is the name I have used. You can use anything, my drive, drive ABCD, anything you can use. So to access the file. What I'm doing here is I am doing this is not this. Please say this is my drive. Drive. Let's say MLP and this is my so let's say I have this as a folder and this is my ID, right? At last I have ID, so that's why I'm copying it. I will put it here. This is my folder path. That's why I'm copying. I'll use this ID as a parent ID. So I'm creating a file, text file in a parent folder. So parents, that's why this is the name of this function, right? Parents, and I'll give one, yeah, this ID of this folder ID I've given here. Title to the file, which is text file.txt. So a new text file.txt will get created. And contain, so inside that, what do you want to put? So hello, I am putting it. You can put anything like hello, 123, or this thing. Okay, so this will get content, will get stored inside that, right? So then I have to write text file dot upload. So without this upload, the storing will not, right? So this is to make sure that we are saving it in my drive. Okay, I'll run this. Text file.txt will get created. So do it and we will see new file got yeah, 21 bytes. Just now I have added 948. Okay. You can actually create anything like CSV file, anything, right? So same thing. For you, task is there that how do you upload this data frame into this using PyDrive. Okay? You can say this as a function. And any functionalities you want, you can read like here, like let's say, cheese spread, bread cheese spread, documentation. Then I'll have documentation related to Google spreadsheet. Like this is the one. And same thing, I need documentation for let's say PyDrive 2. Documentation. You can read documentations and do it. Right? So but I showed you how to create a file, read a file, and delete a file. Same thing, you can do many things like open a spreadsheet of creating, sharing, selecting, creating worksheet, deleting, get cell value. So if you want a value for a specific cell, very specific cell, you can do that. Getting all values from a row or a column, which is a good thing. Right? Let's say we want to skip few columns in a data set. So you have very huge data set saved in a spreadsheet. Your company data is there, and you know that few columns are very useless or they always contain null values. You don't want to load them. Why you want to load them and use up your memory, RAM and all? So you can do that using this. So this all functionalities are there, which you can go and read it. This documentation. Same thing with PyDrive also. You have documentation. Go and read that. Yeah, same thing, right? So see, download file, metadata, file management, we'll see. Upload and update file content. Specific folder, upload file to a specific folder, which I did. Okay. Without it, also you can do, but that will get stored in directly your drive, like my drive. Okay. So this all thing you can look how to do that. It depends on your use case. So generally, I won't look for it. If I need it, I go and search for it. But for you, it's good thing that I showed you that this whole thing you can do it. If it's a requirement for you, please check it out and you will be able to figure it out how to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's all I guess from my side. I think I covered it. I'll share you. I'll give you the access on this. Installing Python packages. We have gone through that. How to change GPU, TPU, and also we have done. Pandas, how to read Excel access. So read Excel also there, right? So you can read Excel file. So Yeah, okay. That's all from my side. People with success in extinction. This is today's workshop Colab link. One of the integration, how to integrate the drive and sheet. This file path and everything you have to edit yourself, right? This will not work for you because I am the owner of it. You don't have access for that files. Cool. Any questions? Should we close it?
Sir, so what assignments are we getting?
On this, on this there is no assignment, I guess. Since this is just an introduction to Colab, you will get assignments on pandas and
Hello.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
You
Can you
have
this link also, like, in which you have documented how to proceed with,
how to proceed with? Yeah,
like,
that
you are seeing with that for the reference while teaching us.
difference. Oh, okay. This untitled, this one. I was coding it.
Yes, sir.
This one. Okay.
Yes. And in one of these, there was the code, like what to exactly write to get the output.
How to get the output?
Like that notebook, that collab notebook was divided into two parts, like left and right, and that.
This was that. So let's see. This one, yeah, it was this one only. I've created multiple this thing, right? Because see, I've inserted, say, insert food cell or something, then I'll have something like this, right? So I was showing. Then I deleted it because it's whatever except notebook is a temporary thing. It will not show for you.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, will these links will also be shared in the GC page, right?
Yes, everything. So the whole folder will be shared with you. But for now, we want I to share.
So we can tinker around this, right? We can edit this notebook.
Yeah, you can do it.
Possible that you share the problems related to the day 1 and day 2 as we keep doing the
Day one,
sessions,
day two.
which will be coming up in the assignment. If you can share them with us as
So
and
on
how we are doing.
Okay, day 2, there is no assignments. I mean, there is no nothing which is mandatory, which are like required to solve and to get certification. Day 1
Okay.
might be there.
Everything together may be a little difficult, I'm feeling.
No, there will be, I think, 1 or 2 week time. So don't worry about it.
1 or 2 week time.
Yeah. It won't be like immediately.
Okay. Okay. No, somebody was saying that the deadline would be just 1 day after the workshop.
No, not that hard. We'll have a little bit more time. Will
Then
be
fine.
1 week.
Then it's fine.
Yeah, it's all things. Yeah. Yes.
Sir,
Probably while doing pandas, we would have to use these concepts for loading files and
Yeah,
sheet.
yeah. Loading files, sheet won't be required, but loading
Okay.
files will be there.
Okay.
Since Panda itself is a huge thing, so we'll not cover others expect. So that you can use this.
Okay. Okay. Fine, sir.
sir, could you please summarize the broad topics which we discussed today?
Summarize. Okay. So first thing we covered is how to so what we have in Colab is one is code cell and one is text cell. Code cells are used to write the code. Okay. Text cells are used to write information about the code, kind of commenting it. That this is there. I am going to do add data set in this cell, next cell, or let's say links to the something references I used while learning or something. I can do all of them in text cells, right? And text cells has another feature. Like, the good thing is you can add sections to it. Then one section you can run it, right? So that's a functionality of it. And in text cells, you can do bold the things, you can write, italicize it, put a like a normal thing, right? Latex things you can write, like formulas and all required. Let's say if we are learning
So in the
MSc
assignments, would you be telling us to do these things also?
no,
Like,
no, that won't be there. Mostly assignments will have pandas, and probably the other part is
sklearn also will be there, sir.
no, it won't be there. Sklearn. This sklearn and all I use to show that how I use Colab or something, because I couldn't able to call any the
Yes, sir. Thanks.
yeah. Then what we can do with Colab is we don't need any environment to create, like Conda environment or to create in this. We can import GitHub repos itself here, like clone it. We can clone the repos. You can choose file path or something and all, right? You can use this exclamation mark to run any Linux command, like pip install is there, or ls, cd, cmd, rf is there, right? So all this thing you can use in this. Then what we have is you can load the data set. Different ways to load the data set. One is this first option is there, right? Which is very convenient. Just do this, and whatever is there in your local system that you can upload to this system. Other thing you can connect a drive to this. You can mount it, or you can use authentication way. So PyDrive is an authentication way. If it's a G spread, Google spreadsheet only, then you can directly connect Google spreadsheet only. So with PyDrive, you can actually access spreadsheet. But since spreadsheet itself is a data containment tool by Google, so they have created another API for it. Then you can use form fields. There, form fields are good for creating variables. You can have various kind of variables defined by using this form fields. Text, boolean, integer, float, value, a slider you can use that. What else is there? Okay. Latex you can write. Then there is a magic commands. So few magic commands which are important, which is like whose is there. Reset sometimes you'll use it, maybe not much. Time you will use it when you use multiple loops and all, you can time it, right? So time kind of thing will helpful. Then you can do write file, which will be helpful when you write some code and you want to save it in a different file name, right? So that's a text file, you can do it. You can actually write file requirement.txt, right? So whatever is requirement.txt, whatever you are importing in your Colab and all, you can do that way. But you have to save it. So saving is a different thing. So then you can
How
run
do we
a
choose
Python
the folder where we have to write?
where you write. So that you have to you have to actually cd it, like so. Use cd command, go to the directory where you want to store it. Then you can store it. So currently this all thing is getting stored. Currently it is happening in root, but by default it will happen in this content. And this content will get lost with this VM. So this VM doesn't have this. This root and all is also not there. What you have is your drive. So whenever you mount your drive, you will have this. Here I mounted my drive, right? See, I have this my drive. Currently, I am in my content. I write PWD. I am in content, but I need to go somewhere. Like let's say, let me see. Let's say this folder I want to go inside, right? So copy path. What I'll do, I'll do CD. But to do CD, I can't do CD directly. So for that, I need to import the OS or something. In CDs. CD. See, I am now in MLP folder. Now, if I let's say create a file, let's say see in MLP, if I show you many folder. So let's say I have text file to teach, right? So I write %% by file. I'll write text file 234.txt, and inside this write and you write this, writing this, and you see it's there, right? So if I show you my drive, let's see here, right? 234.txt. It's there. Hello, how are you? Is there? Hello, how are you? So this way, so this is now stored also. If even if my VM will close, this file will not lost, right? This file will always be there because this is not in VM. Currently, I am editing in my drive only. Okay, so this way you can do it. I mean, we are creating it and saving it, but there are different ways to save.
So CHDIR will like
Change the
get the directory. Okay.
change that. So yeah, if you get stuck, just Google it and you'll figure it. PWD is showing me what is current directory or something. Yeah. Okay. So let's have all the folder names. Yeah. Let's see that. Yeah, we can change GPU and TPU and all to run the deep learning models and all. In ML, GPU TPU is not required, but in deep learning it's required. Then inline magic, we have time. Then we can render HTML text. We can run a Python function itself, right? Python file. So if this is a Python file, you can run it like this. Okay. So SpyKit is nothing else. So you just show you whatever written in the code. And in this integration, we learn how to integrate, how to mount a drive, how to integrate a spreadsheet, and how to integrate drive again, but different way, in which you can use file ID and all to get the file path. Let's see. Which folder is using? Give access to this folder. But if I give you access to this folder, let's say you have access to this, then the good part is you don't need to mount the drive. I mean, you can directly run this code. You can authenticate yourself. If you have the access to this folder, then you can access this data set also. So this is a very efficient way to load the data set or anything. That otherwise, you say if data is in my drive, you mount the drive, you won't be able to load the data set, right? Only I can load the data. But if I have data in my drive file, data is there, and I add the file ID using PyDrive, then everyone can access it. Whoever has the access to that file. You will get it when you maybe collaborate with each other. So try accessing other people's file ID, then you will know how difficult it is using mounting the drive. Once it will set up, then maybe not, but yeah, just little bit complicated. Yeah, that's all we have covered in today's session. Okay, thanks. I think that's
So totally you have shared 3 Colab files.
yes. So one is in which we have written all the things which are going to be covered in session. So I didn't want to just read it through, so I created another file and wrote the same thing. And another one is there with which integration of drive is there, how to integrate your drive with Colab. Yeah, thank you.
I have a question. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. What time is the session tomorrow?
Tomorrow we'll cover pandas.
No, what time does it start?
7
I
to
thought
10.
the session started 10 o'clock. No,
7 to 10 every day. All
7
the
to 10
days.
every day, is it? Okay. Thank you.
Mm.
And the recordings are all available at some location. If
Yeah, recording is available.
can you share this location, please? I'm sure other students have already asked, but I joined a little late.
Okay. This currently it's not being uploaded, I guess, because we are using Zoom link. This doesn't have feature of directly uploading to YouTube or anything.
Mhm.
Need to upload on YouTube, then only you can change.
No worries, but can you share the location where it will be uploaded? I'm also not sure if it is an Excel sheet or a separate directory or someplace where you'll be putting the path.
Not sure. Maybe I'm not sure about that. We can what we can do, we can give you links along with this all the data set if, in GSpace or something. It works.
Yeah, sure. But yesterday's session, I missed it because I think quite a few students also missed that one.
Okay.
Is there a location where it is already uploaded, or you will be uploading it? How is that?
I'm not sure if it's uploaded or not. You can see it. Not sure. Is it uploaded or not?
Okay. So tomorrow will we be knowing where the location will be?
Location of this all.
When I am asking for location, I mean where you will be keeping all the links.
Yeah.
Sorry, will you be able to share tomorrow the details of
Sure.
the
Sure.
location where you'll be sharing
Tomorrow
all
will.
this link? Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow will.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
We're done for today, correct?
Yeah, done for today.
Thank you. Good night.
Anybody has any doubt? We can close this.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
So, sir, I joined this meet without signing in. So, will there be the problem of attendance?
Without.
So, I joined the Zoom link, but I was not signed in at that point of time in my Google account.
Okay. I am not sure about that. If okay, so what you can do is you submit the assignment. Okay, then if you find any problem after that, then mail to us. Okay, if you have
Okay.
completed assignment,
Yeah,
very
so
well,
the
we-
attendance part, we have to attend 3 out of 4. So
Yeah.
I attended the whole session and interacted also, but I forgot to sign in the Zoom. So if means, yeah, will it be considered? And if not,
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Should I close this? Yeah, don't worry, Abhinesh. Whoever has attendance or anything, don't worry. Just make sure to complete your assignment. Okay, assignments are important. Okay. Then I'm closing it.